My beloved soul, the very moment you opened this video, the invisible forces of heaven wrapped themselves around you even tighter. Because this is not an ordinary moment. This is the moment written into the divine timeline long before you even knew where you were going, what pain you were walking through, or what darkness you were trying to escape. Heaven has been watching you for a long time. It has seen your exhaustion, your brokenness, your unfinished hopes, your suppressed courage, and that fading light inside you, which you felt almost extinguished so many times. And all of this has been seen by that supreme power whom Christ himself has sent today to find you. This power is not some ordinary divine energy, but the hidden heavenly force that is released only behind those souls whose destiny is anything but ordinary, those for whom a special purpose has been placed on earth. A purpose darkness tries again and again to hinder, but Christ never allows it to stop. You are not watching this video because you randomly clicked it. You are watching it because heaven has chosen you. And being chosen does not mean you are entering an average blessing. This is the sign that your soul has stepped into that dimension where hardships suddenly become meaningful, where pain becomes as precious as pure gold, and where every tear turns into a harvest that will rise as a miracle before you in the coming months. Christ himself has commanded a heavenly force to pursue you, lift you, carry you, and guide you onto the path you sensed many times, but never clearly saw. Because darkness blurred your vision, circumstances shook your faith, and people broke your heart. But the power standing before you today is not an ordinary angel. This is the divine energy that surrounds chosen ones when the season of their life begins to shift. There has been an invisible stirring around you, which perhaps you have felt sometimes: restlessness, sometimes peace, sometimes unexplained tears, sometimes the feeling that something big is coming. All these were signals that heaven was speaking your name. And when heaven speaks a soul's name, darkness trembles, and destiny itself changes direction. The path this power has come to show you is not a new one. This is the path your soul always knew since childhood, but the weight of life buried it. And today, Christ has ordered that this path be revealed to you clearly, so that you no longer walk stumbling, but rise like royalty. You spent so long believing you were ordinary, weak, alone, broken, late. But Christ says everything you believed about yourself was wrong. You are not ordinary. You are a part of a divine plan. You are the soul heaven has been waiting to awaken. And now that you have reached this moment, it is impossible for you to be sent back to what you once were. From today, you are no longer the person you were yesterday. From today, your soul has been activated. From today, your destiny has awakened. And from today, that hidden strength inside you has begun its work. The strength that will carry you to places you never imagined. You don't know it, but the battles you survived have given you the kind of power only the chosen receive. And this power has made you one of Christ's most beloved, most treasured, and most extraordinary souls. Now you are no longer just a human. You are the soul heaven has revived, chosen, lifted, and propelled toward a glory where your name will shine, your destiny will break open, and your story will become inspiration for others. So do not leave this video, because this is the moment where your new reality is being born, where Christ himself is releasing commands over your soul, and where your life is transitioning from ordinary to extraordinary today. You have entered the circle of Christ's most favored ones, and no force, no person, no circumstance, no darkness can undo this, because what Christ declares becomes eternally established. It feels as if every road you walked, every storm you survived, Every night you cried silently. Every morning you tried to smile while breaking inside. Every moment of confusion and longing. Everything has led you to this single point, as if an invisible thread had been pulling you toward the place where your soul was destined to awaken. This wasn't an ordinary click. This wasn't an ordinary video. This is the moment written into the divine order on the day you were sent to this earth. And heaven decided that when your soul had passed through a certain kind of exhaustion, depth, pain, and longing, then you would be given a message that would not only open your eyes, but also redirect your destiny. Because the truth is, you misunderstood yourself many times. You thought you were alone, unprotected, broken, finished, late, forgotten by destiny, unheard by heaven. But today heaven says you were mistaken. Because you were allowed to fall so you could rise higher. You were allowed to walk through darkness so you could understand the value of light. You were allowed to cry so you could be prepared for blessings half the world cannot even carry. And the moment you opened this video, the gates of heaven turned toward you with a new intensity, as if a mighty power extended its arms around you, as if someone called your name in the heights of heaven. And the voice that called your name was not ordinary. It was the divine call reserved only for those whose life is about to make a drastic turn. And that turn has arrived for you. You're wondering why recently you felt strange restlessness, why tears came without reason, why sometimes it felt like something was holding you back, and sometimes like something invisible was pulling you forward, why your dreams showed things you couldn't interpret, why your heart suddenly felt a hope no one planted. These were signs that your destiny was being reactivated, as if layers of light were being woven around your soul by unseen hands, as if heaven decided that you can no longer remain stuck where you've been for so long, because Christ has issued a command today, and when Christ commands, no darkness, no person, no circumstance, no doubt can stop it. And the command he has released over you today is this: your soul will not remain in the state it has been in for so long. Your soul has been reawakened, your destiny reignited, your light rekindled, and the silent power within you has now been unleashed. You may not remember, but as a child your soul sensed the road you were meant to walk. You knew you were different. You felt something special within you that you couldn't explain. You felt destined for something greater, but had no words for it. Then life shook you, tired you, broke you, distracted you, and slowly you stopped listening to the voice that once called you. But today that voice has risen again. That path has lit up again. That light has become alive again. And Christ is saying, enough. No more staying down. No more walking in darkness. No more being weak. Because you are not who people thought you were. You are the soul heaven has been preparing for years. And every battle you fought, no matter how harsh, has given you a strength no ordinary person could ever possess. Every sleepless night that made you cry built endurance in your soul. Every rejection that broke you created new courage within. Every betrayal strengthened your discernment. Every loss transformed you into a soul that will never bow again. And heaven says the scattered pieces of your life are about to come together like a divine puzzle assembled by the very hand of God, forming the picture of your new destiny. You spent so long believing you were late, left behind, forgotten. But heaven says you were never late. You were awakened at the exact moment you were meant to awaken. Because the season coming toward you was not meant for your old version, but your awakened one. And today you are awakened. This video is not speaking to your mind. It is speaking to your soul. This message is not addressing your heart. It is addressing your destiny. And when heaven calls a soul, it never leaves it where it is. It lifts it, strengthens it, brightens it, blesses it. And that is what is about to happen to you. You are not ordinary, not lost, not late, not alone. You are chosen, and chosen ones never remain where they break. They rise where their light shocks the world. Today you stand at the center of a new era, a new beginning, a new blessing, and a new decree. You are the soul Christ Himself has sought out and lifted, and now no power, no person, no circumstance, no darkness can pull you down, because what Christ declares becomes eternally fixed. And today He has declared this over you. Your life has shifted from ordinary to extraordinary, and now nothing can stop you. In fact, this is the greatest turning point of your life, the moment where the entire universe is holding its breath because heaven has lit a new light next to your name, and this light is now approaching your door with the footsteps of Jesus Christ, the light that has been waiting in the dark corners of your life for years, waiting for the moment your destiny's door would open, waiting for your clenched fists to become hope again, waiting for your broken dreams to rise like a phoenix and take flight. And right now, in this very second, you must understand that it is no coincidence that you are hearing this. It is the sign that the cry of your soul has reached Jesus Christ, and He is not coming empty-handed. He is coming with everything you dreamed of, but abandoned halfway, because you didn't believe in yourself. Today, the very things you cried for through countless nights, the very things you thought you would never receive, the very things that slipped from your hands again and again, those very things are coming to you, because today, Jesus Christ has decided to step onto the threshold of your life. The door you opened only with tears for so many years. That door is now about to be filled with treasures from heaven. And this is not an ordinary treasure. It holds your lost courage, your suppressed dreams, the opportunities you missed because of fear, poverty, circumstances, or others' opinions. It holds blessings you were too exhausted to receive, too wounded to fight for, too broken to carry. But Jesus Christ now says, "Enough. My child will not cry anymore. My child will not break anymore, because now I am carrying every burden of their life on my own shoulders." And at this very moment, this very second, you must understand that your poverty, your struggle, your lack, your fear, your loneliness, none of these can stand in the presence of Jesus Christ. Because where Jesus walks in, scarcity walks out with its own coffin. Darkness gathers its belongings and leaves. Fear fears itself. Obstacles melt. Destiny shifts. And that is exactly what is about to happen in your life. Because your season of suffering is ending. Your tears are drying. And Jesus Christ has issued a heavenly decree over your name. Do not give this soul any more difficulty. Remove every mountain from their path. Fill their hands with everything their soul has cried for. What is coming to you now is not just money, not just wealth, not just success, but an entirely new life. The life you always felt but could never touch. The life you prayed for in silence. The life you whispered to yourself over and over, saying, "One day," and that day is today. This is the hour Jesus Christ has decided to give you everything the world said you didn't deserve, everything destiny delayed, everything life stole. But Jesus Christ says, "My child, you are not deserving, you are chosen." Today you are stepping into a transformation so massive it can change generations. A shift so big people will ask what suddenly happened in your life, how you rose overnight.